Alright, next we have the Nemo Hornet 2P. Comes in a trail weight of just at 2 pounds, but realistically that's no stakes or enough really to keep it standing. If you take the stakes out, it doesn't hold up to wind really at all, and you don't have much of interior space if you do that. So really the weight's going to be 2 pounds, 3 or 4 ounces. This is Hornet is a 2 vestibule, 2 entry tent. The pole design comes to the top with a little Y similar to some of the other models, and then a single pole back all the way to the bottom here. So then you've got these same poles here that allow you to tighten down the vestibule just by tugging on it, which is really nice. That's all the way around on this tent. I do like that feature. It's easy to adjust once you get it set up. So naturally, the way with this pole design, you've got more likelihood of the sides to kind of pull in on you or sag in on you. Zippers slide really nice. Vestibules, there are two of them, but as you can see, they're pretty small. You get a pack in there, maybe some shoes, like your cook stove or something. And open this guy up. Just snagging a little here with one hand, but otherwise smooth. And as you can see, the design of this, there's not a way really to pull the interior sides away from your head, so it effectively reduces the size of the interior, the length. So when I notice when you lay a sleeping bag down in here, there's such a steep angle at the base that your feet will touch, the sleeping bag will touch the side of the tent, and that's pretty much all the way around, unless you just have one person in here. So you can get 2 people in here, but you're going to be touching more or less all sides of the tent. Both of you would be, other than of course the inside edge. So that's a little bit of a bummer. If the back does have an additional guy line, or not a guy line, I guess it would be a clip to pull it away from the foot box, but it didn't do a ton. You can see back in here, technically that's your square footage for the length, but I mean, you can't even slide a pad all the way back in there. It's, by the time you put your pad in your sleeping bag, you've cut an entire foot off of the length of the dimensions of the tent. So really, it's a lot smaller on the inside than the specs say, as far as usable space, and that's the biggest drawback to this tent. There is a way to pull this here and attach it to the fly. That does help a little bit, unfortunately not enough to give you more interior space. So effectively, you'd count on this being a 1-person tent, but you could fit 2 in here in an emergency if you needed to, but it's not going to be that comfortable for 2. You have lots of space in between the vestibule, and that works well, but really well made, just thin material as you can imagine for a 2-pound tent, and very nice zipper. It worked really well, did really well in the rain, and just was a great tent other than some of the interior, so that's kind of what you compromise with the weight. Another thing I didn't particularly like about this was the way that the rain fly didn't cover all the way to the floor or to the ground, and so that the rain, when it comes off of that fly, drips right onto the interior where your head would be, and creates a single wall tent, so you're going to be more likely for condensation, that sort of thing. During the rain the last couple of days, it didn't cause an issue. It was fine. Didn't wet through for over 12 hours of rain, so that was actually surprising. So it did hold out well in the rain.